The first thing that I want you to remember about your practice of this posture is that the muscles in your legs have more capacity to manage weight than the muscles in your arms. Look at the difference in size between them. Your hips and pelvis will be the heaviest and highest part of this posture, so their weight must be managed by the legs. Having straight legs may push the weight of the hips forward so that it is being predominantly managed by the arms. Don't be too proud to bend your legs. Split the posture into two halves, the front half, which refers to your back and spine, and the back half, which refers to the legs. When we practice downward facing dog, we must first establish and maintain the length in the front half of the posture. Once this is established, we then work on retrieving and building the length in the back half of the posture without jeopardizing the front of the posture through poor weight management. So start in all fours with your hands beneath your shoulders and your knees beneath your hips, with the feet hidden behind the backs of your legs. You are using your hands as a base and as a means of directing force, so please make sure that you are employing as much of the surface of the palm of the hand as possible. Any part of the palm of the hand that lifts away from the floor releases and reduces force. Try to keep your breath even throughout, and if at any time you feel dizzy or that there is a build-up of pressure in your head, you should come out of the posture and rest in child's pose. As you inhale, lengthen the spine and tuck the toes under. And as you exhale, press the hands into the mat to get a lift in the hips and push the hips back, keeping the legs bent so that your belly rests on the front of your thighs. Look towards the back of the mat and point the sacrum up and back. Open out through your armpits and lengthen through your spine. Do not be concerned with whether your heels are on the floor, but if they are, keep the kneecaps softly dropping towards the floor whilst your sitting bones lift upwards. With your next exhalation, you will lower your knees back down to the floor and bring the big toes together, coming into child's pose to rest. Observe how your breath has been affected by this posture, and if your hands or wrists were fatiguing. If you find the pressure building up through the wrists and it becomes extremely uncomfortable, check first that you are pressing down through all parts of the palm of the hand. If you are, then start with your hands further forward of their shoulder line and rest more frequently. So, repeating the posture, start in all fours without letting the front ribs collapse and remembering the alignment of your feet. As you inhale, tuck the toes under and then use the exhalation to engage with the force from the weight of your hips, pushing them back towards the legs and up with the leg muscles towards the ceiling. If your arms or shoulders fatigue, bend the legs and move your hips further back. If your hands are slipping on the mat, then grip the outside edges of your mat and try to pull your mat forward instead of pushing from the palms of the hands. Make sure that you are looking towards the back of your mat as you lift your heels as high as you can. Now draw the sitting bones high and wide towards the ceiling and let the front of the thigh be drawn into the front of your hip. Keeping the hips high and the kneecaps soft, let your heels drop towards the floor. Feel the stretch through the backs of the legs as they lengthen, which helps to release pressure through the lower back as your pelvis is pulled down from the sitting bones by your hamstrings. Now exhale and lower your knees to the floor. And why not try child's pose with your knees together, as this will help to release even more through the lower back area. Remember, if it is not comfortable to sit with your knees together, you could try placing a bolster between your thighs so that you can rest your torso on that instead.